Greetings to Dr. Haru and all my fellow friends. Now, what is the Proteomics Laboratory? Proteomics Laboratory allows us to conduct and provide various proteomic analyses, such as separation, identification, characterization, and quantification of protein expressed in biological samples. The main goal of establishing Proteomics Lab was to facilitate research in cancer biomarker discovery research. What is the risk assessment? Risk assessment is identify hazard and risk factor that have potential to cause harm. It analyzes and evaluates the risk associated that had hazard. Now let's look the importance of risk assessment. Firstly, create awareness of hazard and risk. Next, identify who may be at risk. Determine whether a control program is required for a particular hazard. Prevent injuries or illness, especially when it's done and design and planning stage. Next, prioritize hazard and control measurements. Last but not least, meet legal requirements where applicable.
Universal biohazard symbol, names and phone number of laboratory supervisor or other responsible personnel are displayed at the entrance of Proteomics laboratory. It also should be displayed in the appropriate size and visible from as many directions as possible. Sink for hand washing is also provided. Laboratory furniture and casework should be strong for it to be able to withstand heavy loads and multiple uses. The surfaces of benchtop also need to be resistant to heat, organic solvent, acids, alkalis, and other chemicals. Wooden and wood finish surfaces are not suitable in the lab as they are able to absorb toxic. Eye wash with a constant and low pressure stream or of aerated water that can be conveniently accessible from anywhere in the lab should be provided.
Safety equipment such as first aid kit must be kept in the main lab and immediately accessible to any other lab sites. For example, first aid kit policy and guideline for laboratory should be included in the first aid kit. PPE are also known as personal protective equipment such as laboratory coat, safety goggles, gloves, and fully enclosed footwear. Last but not least, fume hoods are ventilated enclosure that provide protection while removing hazardous chemical, fumes, and volatile vapor from the laboratory.
Workers are not only exposed to pathogenic microorganisms but also chemical hazards. Personnel must washing their hands by using germicidal soap. Mechanical pipette was easy to use and allow for the easy transfer of small volume. In the laboratory working area, there is a sign of reminder that eating, drinking is prohibited. Work surfaces must be disinfected after the spill of the biohazardous material. The biological spill kit must available in the laboratory to deal with spill and accident involving biohazardous material. All the contaminated waste will be autoclaved or decontaminated. Personnel must read the safety or operation manual.
For the records, such as the biological material is not provided and the documents is unable to be evaluated, thus recorded as NA. In conclusion, based on the evaluation conducted on the checklist, the Proteomics laboratory is safe to be used for conducting experiment. For the recommendations are to provide autoclave for pre-treatment of laboratory waste. Second one is to provide eye wash for any unpredicted emergency. And the last one is to display signs for prohibited activity.